Okay, so this video covers the steps that we all should go through before we submit our portfolios. So this assumes that we have drafted and revised Portfolio Essay 1, drafted and revised Portfolio Essay 2, drafted and revised the critical reflection into the best shape that we can get it into, and we are now ready to turn that document in for our portfolio review during the last week of the course. And I will be in contact with you all through announcements and also conversations about the exact due date for that. But these are the things that need to be done. So this stuff is some formatting stuff that's pretty basic but super crucial in terms of your portfolio passing the course successfully. Okay, so passing the course successfully, super crucial. You want to follow all of this. You don't want to screw up. You want to let me know if there are questions. And I'll walk you through all the basics of this kind of today right now. Okay, so there's a few things you need to do before you turn it in. Be sure that the portfolio essays are specifically titled. That is, don't just title them Portfolio Essay 1 and Portfolio Essay 2. It should be obvious to the reader where one essay ends and another begins, so they should have clear titles, as well as which essay is intended to be the critical reflection. So, I would say title Portfolio Essay 1, something that relates to the content of Portfolio Essay 1. Title Portfolio Essay 2, something that relates to the content of Portfolio Essay 2, and give the critical reflection a title that makes it clear it's the critical reflection. So you might leave critical reflection in the title, but then add something to it as well, okay, just so we know which document is which. Okay, so for all three documents, your name should be on the first page of the document, as well as your 3-digit section number. Now, our section number for this class is, well, I'm going to dig it up and I'll include it a little bit further on. I don't want to leave this web page right now, but you'll see English 101, and then our section number. Okay, so that needs to be there as well. Don't include my name anywhere in the document. Don't include Mr. Crowley, Dr. Crowley, anything that indicates who I am. And the reason that we want to not include information about who I am is because the portfolio reviews are anonymous. So it doesn't matter who your teacher is. It doesn't matter what your portfolio reader thinks about me, good or bad. We just want to have that level of anonymity associated with the portfolio assignments. So just remove my name. If you wrote Dr. Crowley or Mr. Crowley or something in a passage, and you could just call me the professor, that would be fine. But take my name out. Okay. The next thing, we haven't talked about this yet, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute, is that the portfolio needs to have a reference page. Okay. And the reference page, you just need one for the entire document. I usually put it at the very end of the entire portfolio. It's the last thing in the portfolio. And what I put on the reference page is a list of references for all of the texts that I indicate, that I document from in Portfolio Essay 1, Portfolio Essay 2, and the critical reflection. Okay. There's a basic format for what that looks like. Okay. And I've included the basic formatting with some examples below. So if I'm using like, Bejermans or Dryers or Pig or any of these people, what do? Last name, comma, first name, period. Title of the essay in quotes. Title of the collection, if it's from a collection, like Naming What We Know, as all of our threshold concepts are. Name of the editor, publisher, year. All of this stuff is available on the very first page of those PDFs for our essays. Okay, so you just have to look at them and you'll see if it's not from Naming What We Know, if it's from an article, from a journal, you will see something like this. So I think Pig and Woodman, and we could also think probably of Rusin and Erickson, kind of following to a similar format, even though Rusin and Erickson is a website, it's not a journal. When you're referencing yourself, last name, first name, title of paper, assignment number, that's enough. And then what I have here are some examples of what it would look like. Okay. And it doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but they do need to see that you are making an effort a legitimate effort to reference and cite the relevant pieces. Portfolios that are submitted without reference pages often fail review. So I don't want anybody to fail a review because they don't have a reference page. So be very aware that you need to do that at the end. It takes a little while to do. You budget 45 minutes, whatever, you'll be able to wrap it up pretty quickly, I think. If not, let me know. Then what you're going to do is you are going to save, you're going to take Portfolio Essay 1, Portfolio Essay 2, Critical Reflection, and the reference page, okay? You're going to copy all of those documents into one Word document, okay, one Word document, and then you're going to save it as a PDF, and that's crucial. Save it as a PDF. If it's not a PDF, I may not be able to look at it. We don't want to have any screw-ups. Save it as a PDF. If you don't know how to save it as a PDF, let me know, or reach out to the University of Maine's IT services. They can help you out. But save it as a PDF, and save it with a section number first, then your last name, then your first name, okay? And then email it to me. Or actually, you'll be submitting it, you'll be submitting it through Brightspace, and I'll be indicating where and how to do that in the near future. But that's something that needs to be done. You need to make sure you have included this a reference page at the end, okay? That's really important for the portfolio. And then we'll be turning the portfolios in. We have during week 6 of class. I'm going to get the turn-in date today from the writing program coordinator, and I'll be sharing that with you shortly. All right, so that's how that works. Let me know if there are questions.